Welcome back, everybody. So my next movie review for you is World War Z. But once again, before I get into this review, if you could please like, share and subscribe to my channel, that would be very, very much appreciated. Also, if you want to pop down into the comment section down below and tell me your thoughts on these movies, whether they're good or bad, it makes no difference. I generally like hearing people's views of why somebody likes this movie so much or why somebody dislikes this movie so much. I generally got a lot of passion of hearing or reading people's thoughts on movies. So, World War Z is a movie, a 2013 movie directed by Mark Forster starring Brad Pitt. This is a post-apocalyptic zombie action horror movie. Now, I went into this movie kind of skeptical. For months and months and months, there are people been asking me, why haven't you watched this movie yet? And the reason why I've taken so long to watch this, I've never even watched a trailer, is the fact that I feel that once you've watched a couple of zombie movies, you've kind of seen them all. They kind of work along the same kind of premise. I got to the end of this movie and I was actually pleasantly entertained. I really, really was. Okay, I wasn't expecting to enjoy this movie that much, but by the end of it, I felt myself, do you know what? I actually really enjoyed that. And the reasons why I enjoyed that is, yes, the zombies are slightly different in here. They feel more like the 28 Days Later zombies. They're very, very fast. They're very, very aggressive. Once they get going, there's not a lot of escape. You can build as many big walls as you want. They will still find a way in. I think it's a great added touch. And the fact that these zombies have a degree of intelligence, which I think is an absolutely fantastic touch, okay? And the reason why is because it engaged my brain. I wanted to know why this, or if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm on about, but there was something happening throughout the whole of this movie. And I was like going, okay, so why is this actually happening? It actually got this working, which then intrigued me even more to see the end result about what was going on. I generally liked it. If a movie can engage my brain, it's a good watch straight away because I was generally intrigued. This is a kind of fast-paced movie as well. There's a few slower moments to break up all the action sequences in here and the fast tempo throughout the whole of this movie. Again, not a problem for me. I was still well on board. There's a lot going on, but it's not too much that you can't follow it. And I generally like that aspect of it as well. Performances in this movie, I generally really enjoyed. Brad Pitt is obviously the main character in here. I generally like this character. There's one thing about his character which I didn't understand. I didn't know whether he was a UN kind of peacekeeper or he was ex-special forces because he seemed to know his shit in here. He knew exactly what he was doing. I generally really enjoyed his character. He had a lot of drive. You get behind his character as well. And isn't just another element of this movie I really enjoyed. I've already mentioned the action sequences in this, but I'm going to mention it again because, like I said, they are very, very fast paced and tempoed, and I generally like them. Some of the CGI in this movie is a little bit questionable, I'm not going to lie to you, but as a whole, as a general, I was on board. It's very kind of high octane, kind of on your tense, are they going to get out of this situation kind of movie throughout the whole of this movie as well. And I just really, it kind of captivated my brain. The plot in this movie is not hard to follow at the start, but it also ends with quite a big plot twist, which is probably one of the biggest reasons why I enjoyed this movie. Okay, is the plot twist toward at the end of this movie. It's something that I didn't see coming. It's something that we haven't seen in zombie movies before, and it was actually a pleasant surprise to actually see this. I really enjoyed that little touch. Again, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm on about. But for me, for a person that's just seen this movie for the first time, I was just like, okay, yeah. I got to the end of this movie and felt entertained. Okay, because it got my brain engaged. I wanted to know why this occurring thing throughout the whole of this movie was happening, which then got me thinking. I was like going, so why is this actually happening? Yes, I expect if you could probably think about it a little bit more, you could probably figure it out. But for me, I was kind of engrossed with the action sequences and everything that was going on. It's all dotted all over the world. You can, in 1 minute they're in one place, next minute they're in another place, and all that. But you just want to see this end result, and with that plot twist at the end, just made it just that even more, a little bit more enjoyable. I will add one more note about the zombies. They are freaking freaky in here as well. They make some really weird, screechy, kind of horrible noises, and there's a great scene between Brad Pitt and this other zombie. And that zombie freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the things it was doing, it was just like, okay, is this zombie actually thinking? Is there something else going on here? And it's just one of them. I'm just like going, it's not, it just all these little elements just added to the enjoyment of this movie. And I just generally got a lot of enjoyment from it. I felt very entertained by the end of the movie, and if I was to give this a rating, I'm sorry, it's going to have to be a strong 9 out of 10. And the only reason why I'm giving it not a 10 out of 10 is literally because some of the CGI was a little bit off. I know that this movie was plagued by a few problems in production and all that kind of stuff. It just felt like some of the CGI was just a little bit off, a little bit rushed. Knowing that I'm not a huge fan of CGI, to be honest with you, but my opinion is starting to change slowly. I have to be honest, especially with watching Godzilla vs. Kong, but it's the only reason why I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Apart from that, the whole movie was extremely entertaining, and I don't understand why it's taken me so long to actually finally watch this movie. And this movie, I honestly believe, deserves a sequel. And that's just my own personal opinion. So, on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below. As normal, I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care, and goodbye.